Hey, everybody, it's Michael Fair from FilmFestivalCircuit.com, and we're going to be talking about the Texas Short Film Festival Fall 2024, which is going to be taking place in September in San Antonio, Texas. We are looking forward to the event. The Texas Short Film Festival, as many of you know, features all genres, so you get to see a little bit of everything from documentaries to music videos to drama to comedy. You name it, you're going to get variety. We are going to start out the day with San Antonio Film Industry Networking, which is open to the public from 4 to 6 in the bar/lobby area of the Alamo Drafthouse, Stone Oak. It is free, open to the public. Come on down, check it out. We hope that you'll purchase a ticket, join us in the theater, because at 6 p.m., we'll have an awards program, and at 7 p.m., we are going to be screening quite a few films. It's going to be an exciting night. We're going to be featuring a film that is the finalist for our dark comedy film category called Liability, and we're joined by director Travis. My man, introduce yourself and tell us what your film is about, please.
My name is Travis Aitken. I am the writer and director of Liability. And Liability is a very short about sort of the big moment in the lives of two puppets, or it's perhaps people who live their lives as puppets. It certainly lets the audience sort of sum up what has taken place. There's a lot of tropes in it. There's a lot of nods to sort of late 90s television crime drama. It's shot very much like one. And we hang a lot of stuff on it. I mean, we hang a lot of references. We hang a lot of it's quite existential for puppets. And then we wrap it all up with sort of a John Hughes sort of 80s pop. If you can imagine, if Christopher Cross wrote a song, the lyrics for a song performed by Tears for Fears and Eraser, that just sort of is a little too on the nose and kind of, well, if you don't get it, I'm going to kind of try to make you understand what took place. So it's really a riff. It's a pure fun, but I think people who know film and know get a lot out of it. There's a nice aha moment in this that we hoped worked. That we threaded. This one of those things where we were able to thread a needle. Pardon the pun. That actually worked. There's a moment the audience goes, okay, and then about that time it's over. So.
All right, I likes. Well, why? That's the burning question. Why did you create this story?
I worked with another director named Jeremy Bartell. We've been colleagues for a long time, and we've done a lot of comedy stuff together. And we both love sort of the human condition, and I think for both of us, there were some films that were really kind of formidable for me. Like Star Wars came out in 1977, the Muppet movies 1979. Empire 1980, and then I grew up watching Disney and of course The Wizard of Oz. So we used to talk about the masterfulness of Jim Henson, and how if you'd ever just watched Jim Henson, like on the old clips of him on Arsenio or the clips of him on Carson, and what's interesting, he's right there puppeting these things. And the interesting about his puppets is that they are live, they're sentient, but they know they're puppets. Like they totally understand their anatomy, and they're not apologetic for it. And we started riffing on what is a puppet, and we kind of came up with this weird backstory of a couple who are they puppets? Do they live their lives as puppets? And one of them's kind of a scoundrel. Then around the time we're riffing on how Fargo never explains why he really needs the money or why he took it. We just know he did. So there's just a lot of little nuggets in it, and they just are constantly dropped. And we let our art department go. We just said there were no no's. This was it was totally tightly written because you had to, because we're doing a puppet,
Sure.
And but there were, as far as ideas, like there were no no's. It was very improv style, like yes and. So we just wanted to see if something like that would work. And honestly, we had gone to a lot of film festivals, with one of his films and a couple other pieces. And boy, it was when everything was taking itself very seriously, like very seriously. And so we just thought that wouldn't it be fun to be in a mix and these people talk about and then they go, oh, and yours is about two puppets that one gets murdered. And so we just thought, wouldn't it be funny for us, kind of in an Andy Kaufman kind of way, just have fun, like, but we found out people loved it. They were just like, oh, thank you. I get it. Say now, there's such a great variety of films right now. I mean, from dark comedy to great drama to really good story. I mean, like the competition out there, as you know, especially in programming, is insane right now. It's like a lot of good stuff doesn't get in. Because it's just time and space. But then it was a time when you were hand delivering things to film festivals. You didn't have kind of film freeway, make it so easy. So, and not everyone timed in, but we were just like, it'd really be funny just to kind of, throw something in there that is kind of for us. So that was, and again, that explanation, as most I give, are longer than the piece itself.
I get it.
Which I think is another thing people appreciate. We make all the others seem really long.
Well, you know what? If you can make your point in a short amount of time, it's always a good thing, right?
It's all in good fun, of course.
So what else you working on? What else you got going on?
We just completed another short film, or I produced this and edited the film, and it could not be more opposite. It's called Burleson. It's been in a lot of film festivals, ATX, Austin Spotlight. It was just in Oak Cliff. And it's a period Western drama between a father and son, sort of coming to grips with the death of their mother and family secrets. So it's beautifully shot, anamorphic. I mean, it's colored to look like an old spaghetti Western kind of. Could not be different than this. And then I've got, I had a script out there that I just as short that did really well, and we're trying to see if it's better as a script or would it really it's great people reading it, but I don't know if people want to see it. It's also the kind of our same idea as me and Jeremy together. It's kind of but then I got a couple other ideas. I'm just for shorts. I like shorts for short's sake. I don't like doing things that, I'm working on a feature version of this, or I'm working on this. Yes, this is this is actually just a proof of concept for something much larger. One act, I came out of theater. So one act theater was one act theater. When Bertolt Brecht, they wrote one act, they didn't go, well, I actually have a 3-hour version of this, and not that there's anything wrong with that, because some of those that I've seen that really are brilliant and they're wonderful, and I hope they do expand it, and they did a good job picking a little moment out of it. But there's also something about short films that you should be free to experiment, you should be free to fail, but fail earnestly, and some things should just live there. So I do like doing things like that are just, this is what it is. It's really, it's just a little provocation. It's something to enjoy. It's something to appreciate. But that's it. That's the framework of it,
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Gotcha. Well, I had a link to your Instagram in the description of the YouTube version of this video. If someone goes to that link, what are they going to find?
A lot of posts about the cigars I'm smoking. If you like cigars, I like to post things about ones I find that I try and I really like. And there's usually some kind of a little whiskey next to that. There will be things about my kid in high school. And then, but honestly, there's lots of stuff about the film festivals we're doing. I'm big on sharing the film festival stuff. And I love interacting with the other filmmakers and meeting them and just staying fans of theirs and being so supportive of when they get into other stuff and things like that. Every time I walk away from one of these things, I find, new brothers and sisters and everything in between in filmmaking. So I really, that's kind of what it is. I don't keep things different for each project because I'm too lazy to keep up.
Was there anything you want to add before we go?
No, I want to thank. Well, the only thing I do want to thank. I really want to thank all the screeners and jurors and programmers for not just liability, watching all the stuff. I've done that myself for a few. I know it's a commitment. I also know it is done earnestly, and that you do spend a lot of time thinking. So and then I'm really excited for liability, and I really appreciate it being included in anything, because I've even just glanced at some of the other pieces and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. We're in with this stuff. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to meet many of y'all there personally when I'm down there for it, and everyone else.
Good stuff. Well, I'm right down the road. I can't wait to see you there. And, the quality has jumped. When I first created the Texas Short Film Festival, it was modeled after the Oregon Short Film Festival.
Yeah.
As far as all of its categories and its presentation. And Oregon is huge. It's a huge festival now, and there's a lot of submissions and a lot of competition. And in just a few short years, and we started this in 2021, late 2021, Texas Short Film Festival. In just a few short years, it's getting just as many submissions. It's crazy competitive.
I tell specifically with Burleson, it's done by this is his first piece, and we surround him like a lot of seasoned people. I'm seasoned, the DP, everyone around this. I just really like the piece, so we didn't want him to fail. And honestly, it was a monumental effort. We shot out in Colorado City, Texas, 4,000 acre ranch. I mean, it was a monument. Horses, I'm talking the whole shebang. You get turned down. And I've talked to him about, I said, you understand how many submissions they get. And if you believe in your piece, be happy and awesome about the ones you're in. You understand that they're shuffling and they have so much time, so much space. And it comes down to a little needle this way or that way. So if you ever you really got to think of it that way. If you got a piece, it's been in anything, and people are walking up to you and saying, man, then it's a good piece. Just let it be a good piece, and don't worry about the ones you don't get into, because the ratio, as from submissions to available space. We just did Waco, and they've got they had the largest year ever, and it's like 7% got in.
Wow, that is tight. That's tight.
And it was a 3-day festival.
Wow.
3 venues, right? Yeah. I mean, that's tight.
For sure. Yeah, we do this 2 times a year just because, there's just so many submissions.
Well, I love how, the one,
coming in.
Yeah, the one in Austin where it's like y'all do regularly. It's the one night. I love that one. That was a lot of fun. So anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right, my man.
All right.
Well, look, I appreciate you checking in. Looking forward to seeing you next month.
All right. See you, Mike.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye.